Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me for this Rising Ninth Grade Parent Presentation. My name is John Perlette, and I'm the director here in the upper school. This morning, we'll be joined by Miss Myra Simpson, our Director of College Counseling, as well as Mrs. Darcy Perret, our school counselor. And we'd like to walk you through our academic program, our opportunities for clubs and activities for our students, our advisory program, and our college counseling program. We'll get this started in just a moment. And again, thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. I'd like to take a moment and talk to you about the academic program here in the upper school. First, though, it would be remiss of me to not mention our faculty. We have an outstanding group of faculty members who are dedicated to the success of each one of their students. They are a group of dynamic professional educators who have a wealth of experience and knowledge in dealing with students in the upper school. Of the 35 faculty members here, 25 hold advanced degrees in their fields. All of them serve as faculty advisors for a small group of students, and most faculty coach or sponsor student clubs and activities. Regarding our courses specifically, there are 3 different levels of study in the upper school. We have courses at the college prep level, at the honors level, and at the AP level of study. We put students in their courses according to teacher recommendations, which we feel are the right fit for each student at the right time. We don't track students per se in the upper school, but we do provide them opportunities to learn at levels that they're comfortable with and where they can have the greatest success. There are 24 credits required for graduation here at Oak Hall. 3 credits in history, 4 credits in mathematics, 3 in science, 2 credits in the same language for a world language, 1 credit of fine arts, 1 credit of health and PE, and 6 elective credits. We have a rich set of offerings here in the upper school for elective courses, everything in English from journalism to speech and debate, in history to civil rights history, introduction to economics and AP psychology, in mathematics courses in calculus and statistics, as well as an ACT, SAT math prep course. In science, we offer a STEM elective this year outside of our AP courses. It's taught by Dr. Caracat with an emphasis on biotechnology. And of course, in the fine arts, we have a rich host of elective courses, everything from art to ceramics to sculpture, film history, art history, publications, theater, engineering and design, and drawing and painting. For a complete list of our courses, please visit our website under our curriculum guide in the upper school. An additional requirement for graduation is 40 community service hours, broken down usually 10 per year, and in most cases, many of our students eclipse 100 community service hours by the time that they graduate. As far as special curriculum features in our upper school academic program, we have the Arts Conservatory program, many of which I'm sure you're familiar with. This was established in 2010 and allows students to concentrate in theater, music, or the visual arts. The ACP is designed to enhance students' problem-solving skills, global and cultural awareness, and critical thinking skills through intensive creative study. It's a wonderful program, and if your child is interested in either theater, music, or visual arts, I encourage them to speak to our Fine Arts Department Chair, Ms. Brooke Molitor. Another enhancement of our academic program is through the University of Florida's online dual enrollment program. Qualified juniors and seniors may apply to take courses through UF online dual enrollment. These courses cannot be used to satisfy Oak Hall's core curriculum graduation requirements, but they are available for those students who want the experience of an online course through the University of Florida. More information on UF's online dual enrollment can be had through our college counseling office, specifically Miss Myra Simpson. Another important component of our academic program is our rich AP curriculum. Our AP course offerings are wide and varied throughout 6 different courses of study in English and in history, of course in the world languages, offering Latin, Chinese, and Spanish at the AP level, our math courses, as well as our science courses and our arts courses as well. As you can see, we have a wide array of AP offerings for students who are very well qualified to take these courses, and we encourage our students who have any questions about AP courses to reach out either to me or to Miss Myra Simpson in the College Counseling Office. One of the great things about the Oak Hall Upper School is the numerous opportunities for our students to get involved and engaged in activities outside of the classroom. We have nearly 30 different clubs and student organizations set up through a variety of different interests for our students. Some of these are entirely academic in nature, such as the National Honor Society, our World Language Clubs, our Math Club, our Science Clubs, and Quill, which is our student-produced literary magazine. Yet other organizations, such as Student Government, Honor Council, and Key Club, focus on a service to the school, as well as our greater Gainesville community. This also includes the Environmental Club and Chain Reaction, which some of you might know is the March of Dimes organization at the high school level. Yet other clubs cater to specific students' interests and their needs for activities here in our school, such as Spirit Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, our debate team, Youth in Government, Eagle Flight, started by Mr. Michael Martinez, gives an opportunity for students to run in a flight simulator, as well as our Black Student Union. So as you can see, there's something for everybody, and if there's something that your student is interested in that we do not have, we encourage students to create club activities for themselves and their friends that they want to pursue, and are more than welcome to have a conversation about pursuit of such things. In addition to our clubs and activities here in the upper school, another great way for our students to get involved in the school community outside of the classroom is through our athletics department. Our athletics director, Coach Edwin McTurris, would be happy to address any questions you might have about any of the sports listed here for both girls and boys. Sports for girls are listed in the left-hand column. Sports for boys are on the right. Again, athletics, clubs, and activities are a great way for our students to get involved, to find their passions outside of the classroom, to make new friends, and to enhance their overall experience here in the upper school.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Perez, the upper school counselor, and I'm here to talk with you about the advisory program. The advisory program is designed to create a support system for our students to gain confidence to develop their social, emotional, and academic abilities. Throughout advisory, each student will be assigned to a group where the advisor will get to know their advisees and help them navigate through high school. Some examples of topics that might be discussed through group work or one-on-one lessons with your advisor include character education, goal setting, making good choices, healthy lifestyles, and developing positive interactions.
Hello, everyone. I'm Myra Simpson. I'm the Director of College Counseling here at Oak Hall School. I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to talk with you more about the College Counseling program here at Oak Hall. In the next couple slides, I'm going to go over a couple of things, but I wanted to start this by talking about our college counseling philosophy. Think of this as our mission statement, kind of what our mission and purpose is in our approach as well with regard to college counseling. The college counseling focus is the journey of high school, upper school, rather than the destination. We certainly acknowledge that there will be a destination point for our students, college, but before then, our goal is to help them focus and immerse themselves in the upper school experience by focusing on the academics, helping them with building relationships with their teachers and peers, and also being active and involved in the life of the school. Because these are the things that a college or university are going to be thinking about and considering when a student is applying for admission. So I want to share with you our college counseling staff. So I'm fortunate to work with a great team of colleagues. Mrs. Blair Fields, who's our pre-college counselor and is a middle school faculty member. Then we also have Dr. Ur Bislante, one of our faculty college advisors. Mr. Scott Campbell, upper school English teacher, another faculty college advisor. Ms. Kristen Wilson, our chair of our science department and also a faculty college advisor, and then Mrs. Rebecca Johnson, who's our registrar and college counseling assistant. Just wanted to make sure you knew who all these people were because we're going to be working with your students throughout the process. So what happens when a student starts in ninth grade? What does their college counseling interaction look like when they're starting as an upper school student? So certainly when ninth grade students come to us, our encouragement is the foundation starts in ninth grade in terms of your high school transcript. So you want to make sure that you're building the academic foundations, doing well earning grades in your courses, because that's going to be the first year of grades that a college or university would be looking at. Beginning this year, all ninth grade students, so this is beginning with the class of 2024, every student in the class was assigned to either Dr. Blislante or Mr. Campbell or Ms. Wilson as their faculty college advisor. They've met with their students to talk about academic goals, help them with establishing a Naviance student account. Naviance Student is a program that we use to help students with their college process. We get students oriented onto that beginning as ninth grade students so they can see exactly what Naviance can do to help them with their college process. Also, as we turn the calendar later into the semester, each of the faculty college advisors will be involved with the academic course selection, helping the students plan for future years. All of our ninth grade students in October took the PSAT 8-9. That's part of the College Board's suite of SAT assessments. And so they have the ability to take a College Board assessment that prepares them for taking the PSAT and MSQT as 10th graders, and then later on the SAT. So they're getting familiarity with the content and structure of College Board tests as early as ninth grade. And then also, ninth graders, we tell them it's important to start getting involved, even though you're ninth grade and you still may be feeling out what you want to do, but there's such a menu of activities and organizations and programs that you can get involved in, and there's really a lot out there when you think about Oak Hall and the student life experience, or a student who's interested in sports, interested in leadership, world languages, service, other different experiences. There's so many things out there. And so we really encourage students to find what it is that they're interested in. And then every year we have a program called Rising 10th and 11th Grade Night. This is for current ninth graders and current 10th graders and their parents to come out and hear about a lot of the things that we know that underclassmen families have questions about. We talk about academic course selection and things that students want to consider when they're planning their courses for the following years. We talk about when you should take standardized testing. We talk about summer programs. There's a lot of different information about summer programs that students get. So we want to make sure that we are giving families information on how to tell the difference between different summer programs and what resources and guides are out there to help them find summer programs. Turning into the 10th grade year, certainly it's important for students to continue maintaining the strong academic record, taking appropriate coursework. All 10th graders take the PSAT and MSQT in the fall of 10th grade year, and they take a test called the pre-ACT in the spring. The pre-ACT is the official practice test for the ACT. So it's structured like an actual ACT, standardized test. Students take it, and then when they get their score report, they actually get a score report, and that score report includes a projected ACT score. So projecting based on their pre-ACT what score that they would get on the ACT. So students who are in the 10th grade, by the end of their 10th grade year, they've had an ability to take a practice test for the SAT and then also for the ACT. So going into the junior year, they're able to figure out, okay, between the two tests, do a comparison and then see what score is going to be the better score, and then decide which test they want to focus on. Also in the 10th grade, Mrs. Phils, as the pre-college counselor, meets with students and schedules appointments with families to talk about course selection, SAT preparation, summer programs. I highly encourage 10th grade families to make sure to schedule meetings with Ms. Phil, so if you have questions about any of these things. Also, as we move into the second semester and planning for course selection, Ms. Phils and the advisors will help the student with discussing their course selection. And then certainly we have Rising 10th and 11th grade night. 10th graders are encouraged to attend this because they're going into the junior year, and there's a lot of pertinent information that we discuss. Then as a student moves into the junior year, this is when me as the college counseling director is going to be working very closely with the student and their parents to start working on that student's individual college process. So talking about the student's college criteria, coming up with a preliminary list of schools, coming up with a specific testing plan for that student, helping the student identify which schools they'd like to do further research on and potentially schedule visits for. Also begin the preparations for what needs to be done over the summer, working on the college essays, planning other summer trips for college. Then in the senior year, after November 1st, which is a very common application deadline for seniors, so I'm in kind of the middle of the college process now with the seniors. At this point, we have 60% of our senior class. We have 60 students in the graduating class of 2021. So 40 of them at this point, at least about 60%, 2/3 have applied to colleges. And they've taken their testing. In some cases, they've taken multiple testing. Even with the pandemic, with the cancellations of College Board testing, most of our students have been able to get at least one or multiple attempts at the SAT or ACT. Students are meeting with me on a daily basis to work on their applications, work on essays. We've sent applications to colleges at this point. As I said, 60% of the current senior class has applied to college. And then a lot of them will be getting decisions between December and through April 1st. And then by May 1st, they have to confirm enrollment at least one college university. So the senior year is a busy time for both myself and the seniors. There's a lot of deadlines between now and January 1st. And then after that, a lot of time is spent. The students are waiting to hear back from the colleges regarding their decisions. A big part of the process with applying to colleges is the academic course selection. So I wanted to go through the stages of what does course selection look like. You know, when a student finishes the first half of the school year and as we move into the second semester, it's time to start planning for next year's course selection. So the first stage of this process is that in February and March, all students meet with academic advisors, and now their faculty college advisors this year, to review the courses that they're eligible to take for the following year. So in the second semester, after mid-year grades are posted, students will receive information from their advisors about what courses, based on the course prerequisites, they are eligible to take for next year. So, and then in the months of February and March is the time when they're having sit downs and discussions with faculty college advisors, their parents, about what they'd like to take. And then these are kind of the critical questions that are taking place when we have these discussions with students about what they'd like to take. You know, what are their interests? What is their manageable course load? And a manageable course load for one student can look very different for another student. So it's for that individual student, what level of rigor and workload is manageable for them. We also talk to the students about their current academic performance. So how are you doing now, and thinking about, what are the courses that the course schedule that's going to put you on the path to be successful. And then another piece of this is the extracurricular commitments, because many of our students are very involved not only within school, but they may have other things outside of school. They have family responsibilities, they have work commitments. So thinking about their school load and academic load plus their extracurricular commitments, what level is going to be manageable for them. And then certainly we talk to students about performance in your classes. Your colleges do look at the level of rigor, but they're also looking at your level of performance, and you want to make sure that you're in a course that you're going to be successful at. There could be sometimes a tendency for students to try to stretch into a course that may be more of a challenge, but their academic record is going to suffer because they're in a course where they're having to do more work. They're maybe too stretched versus being maybe dipping a little bit of level and being in a course that's more appropriate for them. And then beginning last year, actually 2 years ago, the upper school instituted an appeals process. So when students get their course selection, they may have questions about, well, why am I not eligible, or why didn't I get approved to take this course? So when that happens, certainly the first conversation we encourage students to have is with their teacher. And then after that, once they've spoken with their teacher, if they would like to file an appeal let's say if they were not recommended for a certain course and they'd like to submit an appeal, they have the ability to submit an appeal for a course that they weren't recommended. In the appeal, the student needs to detail their reasons for why they're appealing, and also kind of give some background about, what are the other courses that they're planning to take, what are the other commitments they have. And then the appeals committee, it consists of typically upper school faculty members, specifically the faculty members for the course where a student is appealing. So students are normally notified in the before the end of the school year about the status of their appeal, and then certainly if your appeal is successful, you're able to be added to the course. But this is something that is an option for students. Again, if they, after talking with their teachers, they feel that they generally want to pursue an appeal for a course that they didn't meet the requirements for, this option is on the table. Then I wanted to go through the standardized testing path. I mentioned this before, but again, here's what the path looks like in terms of when students take certain testing. So every 8th and 9th grader takes the PSAT 8-9. Then in the 10th grade year, the students take the PSAT NMS QT, and then they take again in the 11th grade year. And then the 11th grade year is the qualifying test for the National Merit Scholarship Program. So the National Merit Scholarship Program entry is based on the score that a student achieves on the 11th grade PSAT. So the last couple of years, Oak Hall has had several students who qualified for entry in the National Merit and have gone on to be National Merit semifinalists. I mentioned the pre-ACT official practice test that ACT offers, and this is taken in the 10th grade. Then that leads into the junior year, students taking either the ACT or the SAT. Both are accepted by college universities. There's not one that's more widely accepted than the other. Both are equally accepted by college and universities. SAT subject test, it's a small number of colleges that offer this, but these are subject-specific exams. You may remember back in the day, the achievement test. The SAT subject tests are the former achievement tests. These are 1-hour exams that students would take in specific subjects, so maybe math or sciences, world language. It's a diminishing number of schools that do recommend or require this, but this is still something that is offered by the College Board. AP exams are administered at the end of the year. Oak Hall has over 24 AP subjects, and we have students who are required to take the AP exams if they're enrolled in a AP course, and then they take these cumulative exams at the end of the year, typically in May. So I hope this kind of gives you a nice overview of the college process and the college counseling program. Thank you so much for your interest in Oak Hall, and looking forward to meeting with you soon.
Thank you everyone for joining us for the Rising Ninth Grade Parent Information Session. I know that there will be a subsequent Zoom meeting, a Q&A opportunity. Please be on the lookout for an announcement for that from Ms. Coleman. On behalf of Ms. Simpson, Mrs. Perret, and myself, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon, and definitely look forward to working with you over the next 4 years here in the upper school at Oak Hall School. Take care and go Eagles.